What up, anime people? Anime Cookout, grills hot. We're going in day 2 of our podcast because there's a lot of stuff on our grill. We couldn't fit it on yesterday's episode. So we're moving it to this one. Ain't nothing like a barbecue 2 nights in a row. You can't beat that.
Right, exactly, man. We get some ribs on Sunday and then eat a ribeye on Monday, right?
Yeah.
So that's how we work it, right? Get big and strong, get all that protein in your mouth, right? So let's go from there, man. So first up, man. So we'll wrap up on Saturday. Not Saturday, Sunday. I apologize. Demon Slayer. We'll kick it off with the number one Demon Slayer, man. This episode is a sword from over 300 years ago. We're introduced, of course, of Tanjiro. He's battling out with the dummy, cracks the dummy in half, pulls that ancient sword out, which was like rocking. They were like kind of like confused on it, like what should they do? Should they? It was really funny because Tanjiro is such a nice guy that he was like, "This isn't my sword. This is, you should take the sword. It's your dad's machine. It's been in your family for
Yeah.
generations." And then, and the little boy was like, "No, no, 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 no. You broke the sword. You should take the sword." And they were kind of like fighting over it, dude. It was like the funniest, cutest thing ever, man. It was just like it's the good heartedness, man. That's why I like Demon Slayer like that, man. It just has that good hearted nature in there, and which made it really, really, really good, man. I like that. And then out of the woodwork, old boy pops out of nowhere. He what's his name, man? He comes out and they're like his swordsmith that is supposed to actually craft up the sword. And so he pops out of the woodwork and he's like, "Leave it to me." And they're like, why? Like it's like the valid questions they ask him, like, it doesn't make sense. Why would we leave the sword with you? It's like you're giving us no context clues, man. You just say leave it to me. And so they get into a little scuffle. And then so I guess like his trainer comes out and basically says Mr. Haganazuke has a weakness, and they're like, it's his tickle spots, which is the most, I'm not gonna lie, man, that was kind of sussy, man. Like, this is the tickle spot, it's like tickle, tickle, tickles, how you subdue this dude. And kind of, yeah. And so his name is that he comes out after, his basically like his retainer is Kana Namori is his name. And basically, they're like, hey, this is weird, like, why are you doing this and everything. And basically explains that, Hazanazuka is there to basically make another sword for him. So, in the meantime, he was going to take a trainer sword. So they do. And so now that being said, we're introduced to another character that has been shown since a little earlier in first episode, where they were doing the basically the initiation right to become a Hashirama, or like a trainee to the Hashiramas, right? And his name is Genya. And so, I mean, bad character, dude. So spoilers if you haven't seen the episode, of course, he comes out there with a double barrel shotgun, and oh man, dude, I was like, oh, rocking, man, rocking, like, because yeah, I mean, of course, it takes place in the 1800s, so like it's sort of like early 1900s. Sorry, early 1900s. So that's, of course, is a very viable weapon to have. It's a gun, right? Yeah. So he comes out there. Tanjiro is like, "This is my friend now," and he is having this conversation with them inside the thing, and it's like he's like, "Go away." Tanjiro was like, "You a rice cracker?" And he's like, "Go away." Oh man, just Tanjiro's the greatest, man. I mean, he's just like
he's
an
so
all around
friendly.
Yes, man, all around kind, cool man, and that's why it makes it so devastating when we see him hurt. I was watching, like I told you before, we started the podcast. I was watching Mugen Train over again, and man, whenever they made him go back into like his dream world, and he had saw his younger brothers again. I was like, hey, that's the cruelest fate you can give that little man, man. But that being said, we're introduced to now the demon upper class demons show up in the fray, and they take out one of the swordsmiths. They basically they kill him, and we have upper five and upper four that are there. And man, dude goes straight into action right after the break. He goes straight into action. It's all around great action fighting, man. We get the mist, Hashirama the mist. He's there training as well. Or no, is he a Hashirama? I think is he oh
Yeah,
man,
yeah, he is.
is he?
Yeah,
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 okay,
yeah,
okay.
he is. Yeah.
Yeah, all right, right. So he's Hashirama of the Mist, and man, dude, bad guy, man. I mean, it was really good action. So man, what do you think, man, on the action level, man? What do you think so far of episode 3? Is it leading to your expectations, jumping down a little bit? What do you think?
Man, I actually really liked it. Like for just the small amount they gave us, like spoiler alert if you didn't watch it, but like when they're cutting the heads off and they're multiplying and just the guy in the vase killing the one guy and just the way they kept multiplying it, like flying with him and shooting like I don't know, like a scream or something at him and just the staff hitting down at like simple things but still so magnifying of fighting, like the way Demon Slayer does it. Because you don't have to give me like you did last arc, where right now at least, where it was like major fighting. It's just simple little things like to keep me interested. And I really liked it. And then artwork, we already know how that is. So
Oh yeah, man! It's art painting every canvas.
yeah,
It's just one of the best. But yeah, man, I totally agree. When they were cutting up the upper four, when they were cutting him and slashing him, and he kept on evolving or spouting out new bodies out of the heads that were being cut off. I mean, man, that is like trippy. And each one has a different personality too.
yeah,
So that's even
because
awesome.
they all
That's a
hate each.
lot. So when he did that, who else got Inuyasha vibes from that staff?
Yeah,
Like
when he was ching, ching, ching.
yeah, I was like, man, wait, I was watching it with my daughter. She was like, isn't that Inuyasha? Well, I mean, I'm trying to think his name is starts with an R. Uh Roku. I want to say it's Roku. But yeah, he's a good guy. He's a wandering Buddhist, and he's uses his staff. It's the same staff. It's the exact
Yeah,
same staff. And I was like, oh man, that's Inuyasha, man. I was like, you're right, man. That's the staff from Inuyasha, man. So yeah, it was a really good episode, man. I mean, Crunchyroll got it right now. Uh, Rating at like 4.9, and man, dude, I just have to almost agree with that.
yeah.
Uh that's it's in that level, man, of
No, for
4.9, man.
sure. Yeah.
Absolutely. So I enjoyed it. It was really, really good. So if you haven't already seen it, and this is crazy if you haven't, right? But if you have, Miroku is his name.
Yeah.
Miroku is his name. And I swear, take a picture if you can. I know you're super busy with your editing, but if you can just post that staff for
I got
Demon
you.
Slayer and then the Miroku's staff,
Yeah.
they're like virtually identical staff. So it must be like some like temple Shinto priest staff,
Yeah.
that
Something
they're
that for
using.
sure
Yeah.
is
Yeah, it's
multiple.
like identical, right? So just throw that out there. Maybe it's a callback, man. Who knows,
They
But
do
yeah,
pay homage to a lot of people in animes. Like a lot of these new animes pay homage to the older ones for sure.
yeah,
Some type
absolutely.
of
And we
way.
noticed
Yeah.
that from Mashable, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, for sure. Them. Yeah.
For sure, man, they're doing it. But like, yeah, I mean, I almost got like all of Inuyasha vibes from that upper moon. I think
Yeah.
upper fourth moon. It was Inuyasha, even from the Talon beast, the Tengu beast, it's the one with the wings and the claws. Like, man, I mean, that's straight from Inuyasha. The other one, the one that had a bad attitude and everything, that was all that's like almost Morocco, not Morocco, but that's almost what's his name, Naraku style, the character. So I mean, it was almost like Inuyasha all the way. So that's just FYI. So that being said, yeah, man. I mean, it was good, man. I mean, and it ended on that cliffhanger with the Hashirama, the Mist, about to take out the basically making a decision whether he should save the young boy, or if he should the young swordsmith boy, or he should actually go back into battle. And then he remembers the words of the kindness that Tanjiro presents himself and pushes off, not pushes off, transfers to other Hashiramas, because they are a very because it kind of makes sense. Like, if you're fighting every battle like it's your last day to live, or like you're walking around like every day is your last day to live, it kind of, you have to be on the selfish side. You can't have that, I'm gonna look out for 100% everybody around me, because it's like, you can't do that, because if you do, that's your life. You're dead. And then what else good have you done? So he says, whatever you do for others, come around to help you as well in the end. So it's like a full circle thing for him. So if you watch 1 through 3, then you'll notice that's the full circle, that little boy helping out and everything. So it's like a whole full circle for you. So that being said, go check it out. It's Demon Slayer season 3. Kimetsu no Yaiba, which Swordsmith Village, and it's episode 3, a sword from over 300 years ago. Check it out. 4.9 on Crunchyroll. Well worth it. It is really, really, really good. So jam it out, guys. All right, so let's go ahead and let's rock it to the next one. My Home Hero. So, what'd you think of My Home Hero, man? Of episode 4.
I didn't finish it, Dad.
Oh my goodness!
I finished 3.
Bad
I told you I missed 1. I couldn't remember what it is. I think because it's so new and it falls down my list, and I hate it because I like it. It's really good. It what you told me every time about it, I'm like, this is a really good one. So I'll let you take the grill on this one, because I didn't watch it. I'm not gonna do our viewers any luck on this day.
No worries, man. So this is one of my personal favorites. Being a father, having a daughter myself, I think I would be on the 6 o'clock news myself too, man. If anybody ever tried doing something like that. So it's My Home Hero, episode 4, A World of Violence. And just to throw it down just a little really quickly of what is going on, Tetsuo and Kyochi working together to trace Nobuto's footsteps before his disappearance. But in that process, they're given a violent and possible fatal ultimatum by the organization. So break that down. What happened in the episode, Tetsu knows that Nobu's dead, right? Kyochi's kind of starting to figure out that Tetsu killed Nobuto, right? So with that being said, Kyochi has a very limited space to search for him, because he's part of the Yakuza and he does stealth operations for the Yakuza, right? So they go into a basically what they call them, like a gentleman's club in Japan, and it's they do a little bit of everything, right? But they have no it's not stripping or anything like that. It's not anything. It's just basically girls spend time with you, right? And so they spend time with you, and I'm giving you the PG version, so send this video out, right? So they just spend time with you and everything, so nothing happens really in between. They find out they're given a bill of 10 million yen, so it's basically roughly about like $1,000 bill, right? For basically talking to one girl. And so the Yakuza organization within that controls that club basically gives them an ultimatum: pay the 10 million yen or steal the purse of another rival Yakuza gang. With that being said, they know they're gonna die. It's either they're gonna die by that group organization, or they're gonna die trying to retrieve this money bag, right?
Yeah.
That being said, they're having a conversation, and what it is, it's action, it's blended action, so it has like the action and the violence in there, that which is really great. But then it builds on the suspense, and then builds on the like. I swear, Shietsu is a serial killer. Like, he's either in the past been a murderer or something, right? He
Something.
just knows way too much about. Look, I read all the comics too. I read all the detective stuff too. I watch all the 48 hours, first 24, whatever, man, first 48, whatever, all the podcasts. I do them all too. But I'm telling you, man, in the situation, I'm not going to react like it's cool and calm, like I've done this before, right?
Yeah.
Shietsu's done this before, right? And that's the thing. So, with that being said, they come to head. Kyochi basically confronts him about it, says, "Hey, did you kill it?" And then all of a sudden they tap on the window and say, "Hey, go steal this bag." So he doesn't really get to answer it. They get into a gunfight. Bam, it ends. And you're wondering like, "Oh, Lord, what's going to happen next?" Right? It's awesome. Check it out. It comes out on Saturdays. Oh, Sundays. Sorry, it comes out on Sundays. One of the first ones that drop. We're barely in episode 4, so you still got time to watch all 3 and get engrossed into this wonderful mystery that is My Home Hero. And actually, and to be quite honest, he has done no hero work. I don't know what's called My Home Hero, man, because he has done nothing justifiable. Like even killing the boyfriend. Yeah, he may have beat up his girl and like planned on like, hey, I may kill her later on, but it didn't justify him killing them.
Yeah.
So it's like he has done no hero work. So it is a good one. So check it out. It's called My Home Hero. If we're gonna put it on the grill, this is gonna be the salmon of our feast. It's good. We all familiar with it. It's nice, it's comfortable, and it has you suspense for the next one that's coming up. It's right now at 4.7 for this episode on the Crunchy Rose. So go check it out. It's called My Home Hero. All right, man. So now we're moving into the last one on our segment, Vinland Saga, that just came out today. It's the kick off the week. Now we are season 2, episode 16. It's called The Great Purpose, is what it is. What do you think, man? They got it high on here. I don't give it that high. I don't give it.
What do they got? Like 4.5 or what?
Nah, 4.8.
What?
4.8.
Wow. I mean, they've been giving them that. I mean,
92% 5 stars. I'm gonna downvote this thing right here, like that.
from everything I read, everybody's like, this is the most amazing. Every episode's the most amazing episode of it. So that's where I kind of draw the line. Like, come on, dude. Like
16 of the greatest episodes ever written in all of anime has been Vinland Saga season 2.
And when people are just gassing it up, like completely.
But yeah, dude, that was hilarious. The things that coming up next on Farm Simulator 2.
And a lot of people are cracking the jokes and everything. That's what I'm starting to like it, because it's like people aren't scared to voice their opinion on it.
Right.
And don't get me wrong. I said it before we started recording. I liked the ending. The ending was good. Like it was cool. Askeladd came back, seeing Snake and Thorfinn. Thorfinn looking like old Thorfinn with his stuff. But
and I think it caught Snake off guard.
Yeah.
Because remember, Ascalon fought him with the Iberian curved sword.
Yeah.
So Ascalon, fought him with that kind of sword before. So he already was familiar with that curved tip. And when he did that, backflip to avoid the blade itself, he sort of threw him off, because it was like, wait a second. Most people aren't familiar with that, so I knew I could catch him on that tail end, and but not Thorfinn, and yeah, dude, like I was super excited, man. I was like, oh heck yeah, man, this is we're about to see it, man. We're about to see him come back, and then it ended.
Then
It
it
was like,
intense stare into the camera and in credit. It's just
bro, bro. I'm telling you, man. I like. I almost. I was just. I'm almost giving up, bro. Like, I'm like. I can't even like. I don't even know what to say, bro. Like, it's like. Okay, let's wait till season. Let's wait till episode 17, man, and see how well it turns out. Let's wait for episode 17. So, a little bit about the episode. Gardar is basically fatally wounded, right?
yeah.
The old man, Katil's father, is hiding. I was trying to see if that was his name, but Inad, it's not his name. Is Inad his name? Give me a second,
I think it
guys.
is.
The father?
Yeah, I think it is. I want to say I'm about 80% sure. It is late for this recording, so I might be wrong, but I want to say it sounds about right. Sounds like a fisherman.
No, no, yeah, no, no. Inad is um, Thorfinn. Thorfinn's buddy, Inad.
Oh, yeah. Never
Yeah,
mind.
Inad, yeah. I
I
was
was like,
like,
name
dude,
sounds
it
familiar.
so it so threw me off. Yeah, because I was like,
Yeah.
wait, we've been pronouncing like totally wrong, like I think we pronounce like
Well,
Eric or
it's
something.
the way that it's like, if it's weird if you watch it in English, then you watch it in Japanese, and then you read it, it's three different ways. It's
Yeah.
like,
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
And you say like three different ways in your head,
yeah,
It's like you're like corrected by some Celtic person, when
yeah,
they pronounce it. You're like, oh, okay, well, damn, like definitely been saying that wrong this entire time, So yeah, it's happened to me like plenty of times. So yeah, so the Katil's father is hiding him from Snake and everything. Um, so Snake is using what is her name? Uh, Arn Arnhild,
yeah,
using Arnhild as bait to draw out Gagard, and that basically says, he basically gave her an ultimatum like, hey, be bait or die, whichever one.
yeah,
And she decided to be bait, but she already knew that Gagard was not going to show any time because her and the father of Katil were hiding Gagard underneath him in the straw bed, right? And basically the father was like playing sick, like, oh, too sick, too sick,
yeah.
he's still
He was,
sick, he still
yeah,
is dying, yeah, but he's just playing a little too sick, and like saying, oh, like like I can't really do too much, just throw off Snake. And Snake was his name is I'm butcher this, man. Surf kill. It's his name. Self kill.
and they just don't call
So Self kill was like, like, man, I'm dying, and Snake was like kind of fishy about it,
it. Yeah,
and that's why he even was like, when he was telling him his like, final words, he was like, those aren't your final words. Don't tell me those final words,
yeah,
because he knew those were really his final words, right? So that being said, he left and everything. So Eric, Inad, and Thorfinn talked to Anhil. Man, I'm butchering these names, but Anhil, the Gennard's old wife, basically talked to her. She tells her where he is. They go and created a version. Snake and his minions catch on that, hey, Gennard is like not there, and so they ended up creating that version. They go after the bait that Thorfinn's diversion set. Halfway through there, Snake is like, hey, this guy is running really well for somebody who's just been injured in battle. And there was like, so he stops, jumps ship, says, hey, I'm gonna go get some backup, takes off the other way. At halfway through, he jumps off his horse and runs so that whatever they're doing, they won't hear the footsteps of the horse. So they get up to that point, and then that's when Thorfinn and Snake face off, which was epic. It was really good. I mean, like
Yeah.
that saved the entire episode, man.
Yes.
We spent almost 2 whole minutes watching Anhil, the wife of Gunnar, cry over it.
Exactly.
Like, oh yeah, dude, like it was almost a full 2 minutes, dude. I'm like, dude, I mean, I'll give it a minute max, bro, but like 2 whole minutes, man, like that was like it was a little too much to me. So basically then yeah, so it was over, man. After that, Thorfinn jumped in there, and man, it was a battle, man. He went up, and we just said, he went up and against Snake with no sword, no weapon, and evaded his blade. Ascalon comes up on his shoulder like a little red demon and was like, "Hey, you gonna fight him? You gotta fight him full battle mode." He was like, "Right now, you're fighting him half battle mode, and what happens when you fight half battle? You die."
Yeah.
You get killed, And Thorfinn was like, then he basically, his conscience is now Askin's like manifested in Ascalon, and so he tells him basically, he's like, hey, you're fighting for justice, you're fighting for good. So, in this case, you can fight and use your fists, right? And he was like, okay. So he gets into battle mode, gets into a stand, and then, Snake is like looking at him like, wait a second, he's not a spear stance, he's not a sword stance. What kind of stance is that? And of course, it's the infamous 2 dagger stance that Thorfinn uses in battle. And bam, it ends. It's like a cliffhanger fight. And it's like, we just know episode 17 is going to be like 20 seconds fighting. And then bam, it's going to be like, they're going to talk it out and hug it out. And Thorfinn's going to reason with him. And then they already show pictures of next week. And hopefully it's Gunnar like fantasy driving away, in the cart. And, hopefully they just didn't spoil it out like that, but who knows, man. But yeah, man. So what do you think, man? What was yours, man? What you think? Was it 4.8 in the Richter scale, or was it a little less than that?
I'll give, if we're going off of like 1 minute, I'll grade that like battle of 4.5 maybe.
All right,
That was kind of cool, but I'm not gonna do the whole episode. Like you literally said, there was a moment where I was just sitting here watching homegirl cry for like 2 minutes, and then she looked up and they're just and then it goes back to cry. I'm like, are you kidding me? And they're like, people were like, oh, it's because it's for dramatic effect. Dude, any other show that does that, you would be mad.
Right.
Like, let's be honest. Like, you don't have to do it. It's like you're just overdoing it because people are on Twitter like, oh, this is amazing.
Right.
Like, goosebumps. I got goosebumps from this. From what? From her cry. We've seen her cry so many times already. Right. And we already knew it was her. It was just like,
yeah, it's not like they're suspensing anything. It's not like they're like everything is so open book. It's not like we're not holding a big mystery. And that's the whole point. It's like, bring us the balance of the, like if they would have sped it up just a little bit, then we could fit in the whole entire fight of Snake and Catil. And then like end it like with them two bloodied on the floor, right? And then go into like, oh, this is what happens next, that is ending in suspense, not him evading the move and then him showing that he's doing a 2 dagger stance and that's it. So nah, not my bag. I give it actually, they had it at 4.8. I would honestly say it's about 3.8, man, on my book. It was good at the end. I enjoyed it, man. It was a really good ending. But as far as like the whole entire thing, like overview whole thing, nah, not even close, man. Like they didn't, to be truthful, man, they just spent too long on everything, man. It was just too long on everything. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Just
it
like,
dragged out so much. If you would have
yeah,
gave more of the ending instead of the beginning, because we already know what happened from last episode. You don't have to drag it so much. Like we all know Aaron's a simp for her, like ride off into the sunset with your man. Bro, we already seen all this. Like you
right.
don't have to show me again. And
And that is 100%. You're like, he's simped beyond simping. You know what I'm
next
saying? It's like
level, like
14th century, or what is
yeah.
it? 10th century? No, yeah, 10th century simping, bro. And it's like,
Uh,
you know, the thing is, to be quite truthful, you know, in that time and era, he would not simp for her like that.
no.
He would have said, "Oh, that's either the master's woman, and I can't touch her at all, or that's my woman, and I'm gonna fight for her."
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like they're throwing modern feelings into 19th century, 9th century, you know, Scandinavian
Yeah.
bros. You know, because this is all true story. This is all true.
Yeah.
Like okay, like of course some things are
Yeah.
fantastical,
Yeah. For sure.
and
Yeah.
everything, but Thorfinn's is a historical person. Clute is an historical person. Like Thorgil is an historical person. Like
Yeah.
these are historical people, and they're like, you know, it's alright. So overall, I can't wait to Thorkill, Kell, joins the fray again and starts chopping down people with one axe swings. Bring back the good old days, map, and quit and try to balance your budget to fit the Vinland in there and not spend it all on Hell's Paradise. Just
Facts.
FYI. Y'all gave all the good directors over there. So, all right, man. So let's take off the wait. What did we say? What did we say that Vinland was? Was Vinland the tofu of our cookout?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. If somebody brought that macaroni salad that nobody wants anymore, and it's kind of starting to smell, it's been out in the sun all day long, you know, and it's like, God damn, who's gonna take that shit home? You know, like nobody, right? So you gotta like, hey, Matt, can you come pick up your macaroni salad? Like, bro, I just don't have room. I don't got no more Tupperware. Can you please take it back? And then,
Yeah.
you know, next time bring a good potato salad, mustard, not Miracle Whip mayonnaise. You know, like, hey, bring the mustard one, right? Everybody gonna eat the mustard one, right? So that being said, you know, those were the animes for the week. Let's see. Let's go back and see real quick. For last week and today, Tokyo Revengers dubs are coming out for season 2. So if you like the dub ones, go ahead and jump on that. Another really good one that everyone's talking about right now is it's from a manga to a anime that they like, is why Regalia ended up at the Duke's Mansion. It's a isekai slash shojo. Go jump on it. Everybody likes it. It's a really good one. Apparently, I got a cheat skill in another world and became unrivaled in the real world too. Yes, I know. They're not trying no more, Nick. We already established that. Just give it, just leave it alone, bro. These isekais, they ain't trying no more, bro. They just what it is what it is, man.
Oh, man.
It's a really good one. Go watch it. I like it, man. It has a little bit of everything. I think I talked about it when we first did it.
Yeah.
It's it's a really good one. Now the one I haven't watched that everyone is saying that it's like, damn, on par with like Tokyo Ghoul. Man, what is it? High school. I call it High School Rooftop, but it has a different name.
Yeah.
What's the other one? Oh man, I forgot what the other one was. But it's Death Mount Death Play, and they said it's like freaking crazy gory. It's season 1, it's third episode in. It's like a like one of those survival game type of things.
Okay. Yeah.
And oh, dude, they said the artwork, the storyline, the freaking, it's just crazy good, man. Everything is crazy good about it. So it comes out on Mondays with Vinland and all that. It comes out with that. I'll go ahead and start watching it and throwing it, but it's like season 3. It's been on my radar. I'm not gonna lie, it's been on my radar. It's just that I hadn't got to Mondays to like sit down and watch Monday's episodes, right? It's like when by Thursday comes around, that's when I catch up on all the ones that we're already doing.
Yeah.
So that being said, I'm gonna jump in it. It is like they said, everyone loves it. It's a banger. It's they really like it, and I'll check it out. We'll see how it goes. But it's called Death Mount Death Play. And right now it's holding a 4.9 rating and Crunchyroll, which doesn't really mean anything now, because now when I think about it, because like every Vinland episode is a 4.8 or 4.9, and I'm like, I think this is arbitrary now. it's just random damn numbers. But what I am gonna give you that is a real number, that is like, what the metrics go by, right, is the weekly ratings for anime for the US, right? So what did we tell you that was going to happen, right?
Vinland's gonna fall.
Vinland
I'm not
fell.
even sugarcoating it at this point because this episode sucks so bad. Vinland falls.
Yeah, Vinland fell.
Insane.
It's now 12th in line. It went from 10. It was in the top 10. Now it's 12. And I told you it was going to happen.
Yeah,
because,
you called it.
Yeah, because it's like, dude, nothing was out when Vinland first came out. It was going up against, really, it was going up against like Tokyo Revengers.
That was it. Yeah.
Going up against a few other ones that we were doing. And it was like, yeah, I honestly feel like Tokyo Revengers should have been like mountains above it. But hey, that's,
I think because it was on Hulu, it kind of hurt it a bit. And then people didn't know it was out until like almost the season ended.
Yeah. So, those things can take an effect. But like,
yeah.
Number one, and I don't know why, is Oshinoko. It's the one with the dude comes back as the idol's baby, and that's weird as hell. Yeah. Number 2 is and I'm talking about like Oshinoko is like 9.13% of the vote, and then like Demon Slayer Swordman Village Arc is 7.5, bro. Like that's a difference. That's a difference, bro. And this is like so I'm using Anime Corner, which is like the second most authority on like ratings and stuff like that. The first one, of course, is like the real Tokyo Nielsen ratings and stuff like that. But those are like, they come out like quarterly or bi-weekly and stuff like that. So we won't see it till like the fourth weekend. But this one's like close enough, the second one that everybody uses. This is what they're gonna go vote on. This is what they're gonna do. So number 3 is Loving Yamada at level 9999. I told you that one's going to do really good. Yeah. I guess who jumped up in the ratings? Masho. Masho went up to 4th.
Go hard.
It went up to 4th last week. I told you, man, it's going to be a hidden banger, man. People are going to love that whole One Punch Man style. Yep. Number 5 is Hell's Paradise, which is a shame. I think it needs to be right underneath Demon Slayer. Number 6 is Dr. Stone. But remember, this is last week's.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
So this isn't this week.
Yeah, this is what happened last week. There's a lot of people, though, I talked to that have not watched Hell's Paradise. They didn't even know it was out yet. So I've been throwing people on it like, hey, go watch this. You're going to want to watch this.
Oh, yeah, man. I think if you see my shorts right now, I have like 2 of them out right now because it's just, dude, the action is, and if you're a shoujo fan, shonen fan, this is it. Like this is what we want to watch, right? Contrary to the Mr. whatever his name is, it's like if you want to see drama, go watch shoujo. And I respect shoujos, right? I respect their art and their creativity and the love, the romance and the comedy. I respect it because it's in its category. Not in the shonen category. Don't put the drama in what's supposed to be literally Jump magazine on action. Like built on action, right? Like I don't understand it, right? So let's go from there. Number 6 is Doctor Stone: A New World. Number 7 is Konosuba, an explosive of this world. I'm telling you, people love it, just not for me. I just not a fan. It wasn't for me. 8th is Why Regalia End Up at, and I told you that one was it's a banger. Everyone really loves it. It's a shojo, and which is respectable. It's in this category, and it does great, right? And then number 9 is Tentacle Daimayoku. And then what we didn't do anything on that one, but it's another like it's a shonen, but it has like action element,
Yeah.
girl element and all that. So that was pretty cool. And then 10th is Insomniacs After School. Now that one's an interesting one. I think I've seen it. Let me get the picture of it real quick. Yes. Okay. So yes, I've seen it. I just haven't done anything with it. It doesn't like once again. I think it's more of that love slice of life type of thing, and it's not my type of anime. But if you want us to watch it and go into it, we can. But just let us know. And I think it's oh man, it's like 13. Yeah, it's slotted for 13 episodes. But yeah, so hey, get your club on, man. That's one of those things, man. After school club, slice of life game. So those are the top 10 for this week. Vinland 12, and I promise to guarantee you, probably the following week it's gonna go up just a little, maybe to maybe 10, and then the following week is gonna drop right back down, right back down the list, man. Because I mean, it's gonna happen, man, because they're not consistent. It's not consistent. It feels like every 6 episodes we get something good.
I'm not
Every
even
6
giving them
episodes.
credit anymore. I'm not even talking about them. It's
Yeah,
like I don't. I said what I said during our Vinland thing. That's all the airtime they're getting from me now on
yeah.
because I can't even give them that credit anymore. I wasted 20 minutes of my life today watching. I would say 15 minutes because the last 5 was cool. I could have gone the rest of the 15. I literally could have just skipped it and
Yeah, yeah. You could have just like speed watched it.
yeah,
Like, you know what? Next week I think I'm gonna put it on 2 times or 1.5 speed and just like
just
read
watch.
read it until
Yeah.
something good happens, and then stop and rewatch
You're
it.
gonna
Like,
miss the dramatic effect of the stairs.
bro, that guy needs. All those people need to go sit down. I hate Twitter. It's so stupid.
Sign
Uh,
me, man. Hey.
so all right, man. Let's wrap it up with uh, question comment of the week.
Yeah.
So
On YouTube, we always tell y'all can always leave us questions, comments. We'll answer them. So we had one from MWK. It was a lot of it, but we're gonna paraphrase it because I mean we pretty much know. He was like, what would be your version if Chi Chi continued her training and became a Z fighter?" And then a follow up question was, what do you think of Chi Chi's training with Krillin, Tien, Yamcha, and Chiaotzu for the year while Piccolo trains Gohan? And so he's pretty much paraphrasing on what he thinks, but also wants to know what we think of what would happen. And he's pretty much touching on she doesn't have her latent abilities brought out by old Kai until the Tournament of Power saga. Chi-Chi would also train with Goku and Gohan in the hyperbolic time chamber because the cell in the universe would also have her DNA. So,
let's break down that question. All right.
yeah,
So I guess the first question is, what would be your version if Chi Chi could continue her training and becoming a Z fighter?
yeah,
He my version would definitely be like Fidel.
yeah,
Like, we have to remember that Chi Chi is human. She doesn't have latent powers. Like, Krillin is the strongest human on Earth,
yes,
and he started from basically 4 training with King Kai,
yeah,
right? And No, not King Kai. Oh, listen to me,
Yeah, yeah,
Master
yeah,
Roshi.
yeah.
Oh,
Master
dude,
Roshi.
I'm
Yeah,
like throwing King Kai out there.
yeah.
Listen, no, 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 King Kai.
I had Master
Master.
Roshi
I
in my
mean, he
head.
eventually trains
Yeah,
with King Kai, right? When he
it
goes to the
started off.
spirit
Yeah,
world, but yeah, he Master Roshi, right? So I mean, he trained from 4 onward, right? But Goku stopped at the age of 6 to
yeah,
go to basically train on his own because there's nothing Master Roshi could have teach Goku. That was it was done. Right. Gohan, his father or his grandfather did an excellent job training him up to that point, right? And then Master Roshi just basically gave them the Kamehameha wave, right? And basically said that was the ultimate technique, and then it ended that portion, right? And then he was like, "Hey, go train on your own because you don't have. There's nothing I could teach you that you're gonna
yeah,
learn from me. You're gonna have to learn and experience it yourself." Krillin stayed behind and trained all the way up to the Tournament of Powers, right? Like he trained up until that point, a Tournament of Powers. So that being said, like Krillin's the strongest. Chi Chi, other than her father being Ox King, which he's a strong dude, and we give Chi Chi the credit that her genetics are strong, right?
yeah,
I think she's on the level of Videl, and she will always be on the level of Videl. My version would be like she would be a Videl character. She would like basically be able to fight, be able to give a little fight to the fight, but nothing more than that. I don't think she would even be on the rival of Yamcha. Like because Yamcha are not even Tien. Like
yeah,
Tien is second to Krillin. Like it goes Krillin, Tien, and Yamcha. I don't care what you say. I've been watching Dragon Ball Z my entire damn life, and I'm gonna tell you, Krillin could beat Tien any day of the week. Because if he spars with Goku on a regular basis, you know darn well he was
get
gonna fight.
get caught by that
If he
destructo disc. It's
yeah. I mean, oh yeah.
yeah,
Basically, Krillin, basically when Tien did the destructo disc and then Tien copied it, like Tien, no, my apologies, flip it around. When Tien did the
yeah,
destructive disc and Krillin copied it, he perfected it in that short amount of time. And Tien hadn't perfected it. It was
yeah,
still messed up. That's where they were able to dodge it and stuff like that. But not Krillin. He perfected it where he got the shot off and hit Cell's tail and took off his tail.
yeah,
So I mean, that's how good Krillin is. You know what I'm saying? Like by far, Krillin is the best on Earth, right? Best human on Earth, right? Strongest human on Earth. So, but like I said, other than her father being Ox King, I think she would be a Videl character. I would model her just right after Videl. I think that's probably where Toriyama was going. Like, like if you swap out Videl's hair for Chi Chi's hair, and then just give her like more angry eyes. I mean, that's Chi Chi right there.
yeah.
Like, I don't think there's a difference. You can tell me there's a difference between them two. So I would say that's her route in my book would be a Videl character.
Yeah.
What about you, man?
Nah, I mean, I get what he was saying. He goes, Chi Chi would even help Goten and Videl with their martial arts and Kai training. I get, I understand where he's coming from. Where it's like there could have been a way, I guess, where they could write her in to be something. But I think, like you said, logically, from where her powers are, where she started at, I mean, you can't put her over Krillin. Let's be honest. Krillin is that guy. I don't care how many memes we see of Yamcha. Yamcha was out there a lot in the beginning and everything until he pretty much retired and
Right.
everything. So I said, I agree. The Videl thing, I for sure agree with. Like I think she could definitely whoop some people for sure in a tournament. Now, when it comes down to fighting some of these other people, I don't know. I mean, I like to see her fight some people from like the Ginyu Force or something like
Well,
her and Videl go at it, a double team or something. That'd be kind of cool. But I don't see anything major like where I'm like, yeah, she's gonna. And I think it was a point of it where it's kind of like they were gonna go that route, and then they kind of just went, and then now you have Videl, and I mean she could fight, but she's not I guess a
so
commanding
that
character.
so here's the other thing.
Yeah.
One, none of them, no Earthling could go up against Ginyu Force, right?
No, I mean,
Ginyu
like I
Force
meant
was
like, yeah,
literally like the special forces to
yeah. I
Cell.
couldn't think of the
So,
name. It's Midnight. It was Frieza. Is one of Frieza's people. I couldn't think. But I haven't
uh,
watched Dragon Ball Z.
nah, that's not good, man. Like, so the
Yeah,
Ginyu Force, like
yeah,
they, not even Krillin couldn't go up against them.
yeah,
Nobody really could because they're like the special forces, right? You
yeah,
had to be a Saiyan to go up against it, right?
yeah,
So here's the other thing about the ultra divine water that he mentioned in this comment. So the ultra divine water, if you drink it, you unlock your potential, right?
yeah,
It's just your potential.
yeah,
It's not granting you like ultra instinct, ultra
yeah,
power, or anything like that, right? And it says, but if a drinker already has obtained their full potential, it has no effect. And I think that's like what it would be for Chi Chi, a human, to drink it. It's like we're human. We only can go so hot. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
no matter how fast Videl flies, no how matter her chi that she creates or whatever, she would never be a Saiyan. You know what I'm
no,
saying?
yeah,
She would never be more powerful than Krillin.
yeah,
She would never be more powerful than Tien or Yamcha, who's
yeah,
trained, already have done that, already have went to the spirit world and trained with King Kai and the spirit world. You know what I'm saying? Like no
yeah,
matter how much her potential, she would never go beyond their potential. You know what I'm saying? So like I get what he was saying about the divine water, like, but I mean, the only one that it was gonna really affect was Goku, because remember, the way Saiyans work is that their cells regenerate stronger.
yeah,
So his potential is truly like Saiyans' potentials are truly unlimited potential because their cells are renewed stronger every single time. That's the difference,
yeah,
right? Not us. Like
yeah,
our cells are direct copies, right? Our cells will copy each other over and over and over, and they're the same cells. They're never gonna be new cells. But that's not what Saiyans are. Saiyans, their cells grow new. They're changed, evolved, and that's why they're able to get stronger as they go all the way dwindle down in health. So that's to explain the divine water portion of his comment in there. But in a fantasy world, if she did take it, I think honestly, like she would just be stronger, like maybe up to her father's level, King Ox level, but not nothing past the King Ox level. For my from what I think, you know.
yeah,
And then it says, then we'll go back to what you said, like if she trained with Krillin, Tien, Yamcha, Chaozu, and stuff like that, for a whole year. I think she'll be Videl. Like I think Videl trained with them, and Videl is strong. Yeah, I mean she could take down like two normal humans. Two full grown men. Herself. She could handle them too, but I don't think anything outside of that. Like once again, man. I mean, you're talking about power scale, right? And I think she would be above Videl in the sense like her father, Ox King, having
yeah,
the strength of Ox King, and because like he was at this time the most feared king in that region, her father. So I mean, that's good. Um, but let me dig into their during the pandemic where Kai Chi would all train to Goku in the hyperdrive chamber. Yeah, once again, man, you're forgetting that Chi Chi is a normal person, like a normal regular person. Toss Krillin in that hyperbolic chamber, toss Yamcha, toss them all in there, all the humans in there, and all you're gonna get is them just getting stronger as like maybe wiser, more accurate on their punches and kicks, but they're never gonna get faster. They're never gonna get quicker. They're never gonna get it because their body are aging, and that's what you're forgetting about Saiyans, that their bodies don't age the way that humans do. So
yeah,
for every 1 year that goes a human life, it's like it takes 100 years for a Saiyan's life, right? So like 1 year goes by, we age 1 year. In the Saiyan's world, it's like 100 years, and they age 1 year, and that's why in space they age normally in space because depending on what gravity where they're at, what sun they're around, what that all affects how fast they age, right? And then here on Earth it's 24 hours, so that's why on Earth they can live to 1,000 years, right? But like if you take them out into the different parts of the universe, gravity and all that affects how fast they age, because that's why if you look back, like his father, they were only a couple of 100 years old, and his father was already old, right? Not Bardock. My apologies. King Vegeta. Like he was but regular age. I think he was like in his 50s or 60s, like that. So he was regular age on Planet Saiyan, right? Planet Vegeta. Sorry. And then when we go to the movies and we watch it about what's his name, man? Bardock? Not Bardock. Broccoli.
I'm terrible with Dragon Ball Z. So.
Oh man, shoot, man, my name's with blank on it.
Raditz. No, that's his
What's his
brother.
name?
That's his brother.
No, Raditz is his brother. Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
that's
I'm
his
talking
brother.
about. Oh man, Dragon Ball Z movies, man. Come on now.
Bro,
EBZ
it's
movies.
midnight. I don't remember Dragon Ball Z names right now.
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see his picture, then I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, man, that's him. Um. Oh shoot. Man, he's like super famous, man. I'm gonna say his name, and you'll be like, "Oh yeah, man, what the heck, man? Andrew, what you so crazy, bro?" Broly. So that's why,
Yeah, I know he is, but yeah, I wouldn't have guessed it.
Broly. So that's why, like, Broly's adoptive father had aged to an old age Saiyan because the moon that they were on, Broly was destroying the stars around them, so it was like turning the the moon that they were on, the planet they were on, it was turning it faster and faster, and that's why he aged so much quicker. Is because they're affected by their surroundings, right? So therefore, that's why he was old versus like it really shouldn't have been an old man by the time they found him. But that's they're affected. So to go back to the original hyperbolic chamber, it's not the same. Their cells aren't regenerating, they're not getting younger, so therefore they're just going to get faster and wiser, like Master Roshi. Master Roshi can pinpoint where he needs to hit you without even thinking about it. So that's where they're going to get at. So great question, man. Really appreciate it. But to be fun about it, Chi Chi, man, she's gonna be a rock star like Videl, kicking butt. Maybe, but in the end, you got to remember all Chi Chi wanted was a husband, somewhere to call home, and to raise a family. That's what Chi Chi wanted, and she said that in the very beginning. If you don't remember, go back to Dragon Ball Z episode like 12, episode 12, whenever they meet together for the first time. She told him in the very beginning, "I want a husband and I want a family." Is what she wanted. So Chi Chi, awesome character, very bad attitude, not my kind of woman. Never married that woman, and Goku, very horrible father. He should never have been a father. And I mean, it's amazing that Vegeta is a better father than Goku. And
Yeah.
that's the weirdest thing to say, Because I don't know. I guess because he was older, I guess he experienced what a father was supposed to be, I guess, in a sense. Like, maybe that's why. But that's a question we asked you, MWK. Who's a better father? And justify that reason. So thank you very much for your question. It was a long one. It took a little thought to get in there. But thank you very much, man. We
Yeah.
appreciate that all. But all right, man. Well, that means that's pretty much it on my side. I don't know why I just put this in vanishing mode. But okay. I was had the question out and everything.
This is gonna be a fun one to edit for sure.
Yeah. My bad, man. I was
No, you're good. You're good.
tripping
You're
over
good.
my words.
I gotta get out. I'll end it right here because I gotta edit this video, post it before I go to bed, and take a piss right now. I've been holding it for 30
There you go.
minutes.
Let's go.
All right, guys. Thank y'all for coming to the podcast, man. We much appreciate it. Any other comments y'all have, questions, you can give it to us all in the comments. We'll read them. I'll send them to Andrew. We can answer them all you want, man. We love all that stuff. You can find us on our TikTok, on our Twitter, on Instagram. We're everywhere. Just Anime Cookout. We're going to be doing a lot more content coming up, especially with all the stuff coming out. Yeah, y'all just make sure, let us know what you want us to put on the grill. We'll check it out for you. And any questions y'all want, like you said, we can do single videos on there for you. We can do these types of things on our podcast. Just let us know what you're looking for. And I think that's it for me.
That's it for me, man. Check us out all on our socials, TikTok, whatever. Subscribe. That's what we need y'all to do. Subscribe. Once we hit at least a minimum of 50 subscribers, man, we're going to be throwing some giveaways out there for you guys. So, man, I mean, we just got to pump up these numbers for us to buy it in our planner and in our financial plans, you know?
Yeah.
So, we love you guys. Thank y'all very much. We appreciate everything y'all do. And y'all have a good one. Cookout out. Later, guys.
Later.
How much I'm working for this? I swear my dreams are too important.